Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra rumors are picking up steam now that Samsung's major phone launches for the year are in the rear-view mirror. And now that the electronic giant's competitors have launched their fall phones too, it's time to focus on what Samsung has planned for 2024, and the Galaxy S24 Ultra figures to be the best phone in Samsung's arsenal. The big challenge for Samsung will be finding ways to improve upon the Galaxy S23 Ultra, which delivered top performance, outstanding battery life, and the best cameras we've seen on any phone in the past year. But early Galaxy S24 Ultra rumors suggest that there's plenty to be excited about. In addition to the possibility of a more powerful chip like the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, we're hearing that the Galaxy S24 Ultra could introduce further camera improvements, highlighted by a more powerful telephoto lens. Samsung could also be considering an increase to the refresh rate of the phone's 6.8-inch display, as well as a new stacked battery approach that could make the phone last even longer on a charge. Drawing on some early Galaxy S24 leaks along with rumors specific to the Ultra model, here's what we've heard so far about the Galaxy S24 Ultra, along with what we hope to see from Samsung's premium handset. Samsung's had a busy year. The Galaxy S23 lineup arrived in February 2023, with the mid-range Galaxy S54 making its debut a few months later. Now that the Galaxy Z Fold 5 and Galaxy Z Flip 5 launches have happened, Samsung can turn its full attention to the Galaxy S24 models, including the S24 Ultra. Galaxy S phones tend to debut in the first 3 months of a new year, with Samsung recently favoring a February announcement to introduce us to its latest flagships. With that in mind, we would have expected to see the Galaxy S24 Ultra debut alongside the rest of the S24 lineup in February 2024. But Samsung may have different Galaxy S24 release date plans. One early leak claims that Samsung may bring the launch event forward by about a month in response to the apparent success of the iPhone 15. The latest word on this is that the phones could launch in mid to late January, with a report out of Korea specifically pointing to January 17 as the likely date for a Galaxy Unpacked 2024 event to be held in San Jose, Calif. The emergence of regulator filings from the phones points to an imminent launch too. It's far too early to talk Galaxy S24 Ultra pricing. Our biggest wish is that Samsung holds the line on pricing or even finds a way to lower the cost of the phone from the Galaxy S23 Ultra's $1,199 starting price. Given all the premium features Samsung packs into that model plus the rising cost of smartphone parts, though, a price cut would be a long shot. However, a rumor hints to this possibility because of how Samsung could be saving on production costs by using a mixture of Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 and Exynos 2400 chips in its phones. We'd be happy just to see the same $1,199 starting price, especially in light of rumored price hikes that surfaced before the Galaxy S23's launch earlier this year. It's also worth noting that Samsung rivals Apple and Google raised prices on their top-of-the-line phones this fall with the respective releases of the iPhone 15 Pro Max and Pixel 8 Pro, with Samsung introducing the Ultra's design across the Galaxy S23 lineup this year, and even making its lower-cost Galaxy S phones look a lot like the Ultra. We didn't expect a radical design change for the Galaxy S24 Ultra, however, that could change with the introduction of bezels to the main display. Samsung clearly likes the look of having a row of camera lenses descending vertically down the back of its phones and is likely to stick with that approach. One potential change to the Galaxy S24 Ultra design could involve the materials Samsung uses. Multiple leakers tip the upcoming phone to swap out Samsung's Armor aluminum for titanium sides, with the Ultra seemingly guaranteed to get it, with the other two models in the lineup possibly getting it too. One such report from leaker Ice Universe claims that will help the Galaxy S24 Ultra weigh less than the S23 Ultra by as much as a gram. For color options, the four rumored basic colors could be black, gray, violet, and yellow, plus Samsung store-exclusive colors of orange, light blue, and light green. Concept designs based on CAD information give us an idea of what the Galaxy S24 Ultra might look like, and then the answer is a lot like the Galaxy S23 Ultra. One difference could be more squared-off edges, according to designs posted by Techmizo Concept. Alleged dummies of the new Galaxy S24 phones suggest a couple of potential modifications to the S24 Ultra's design compared to the S23 Ultra. Its edges may be squarer, reducing the curve of the display and back panel, and its cameras may be resized to accommodate changes to the sensors being used. The most definitive look yet at the Galaxy S24 Ultra comes from Windows Report, which publish images that purport to show off the Ultra. They also confirm the flatter display titanium build and the four colors mentioned by other sources. The last few Ultra models have featured a 6.8-inch panel, one of the largest screens you can get on a phone that doesn't fold. We'd expect Samsung to stick with that 6.8-inch display for the Galaxy S24 Ultra. The leaker Ice Universe claims that the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra will reach a peak brightness of 2,500 nits. That's 750 nits brighter than the S23 Ultra, which is rated for a peak brightness of 1,750 nits. The biggest display change could be to its refresh rate. Since the Galaxy S20 Ultra, that giant display has been capable of a 120 Hz refresh rate. More recent models have been able to scale down to 1 Hz when the activity on screen is more static. The Galaxy S24 Ultra could mix that up by increasing its maximum refresh rate to 144 Hz. That claim comes from the Samovar rumor site in a post containing several supposed details about next year's top Samsung phone. There are other devices out there with a 144 Hz displays, though most of them are gaming phones. Given that Samsung likes to tout the gaming capabilities of its Ultra model, the fast processor, a big display, the internal cooling system designed to cut down on performance lags, it's not that big a stretch to imagine the S24 Ultra adopting this particular feature. The screen may also be getting tougher because of a new Gorilla Glass armor material. Welcome news for those of us with the unfortunate habit of dropping our devices. Samsung's big camera change to the Ultra model happened this past year when the Galaxy S22 Ultra's 108MP main sensor made way for a 200MP shooter. The Galaxy S23 Ultra introduced a new front camera, so we'd only expect some fine-tuning there if Samsung's planning any changes at all. That leaves just the 12MP ultra-wide lens on the back of the phone as a possible area of improvement. Samsung has also unveiled its Zoom Anyplace camera tech, which uses a combination of a 200MP sensor and AI to offer improved zooming capabilities. One is the ability to use AI to keep your subject in frame at all times, while another allows you to record zoom and full-frame shots simultaneously, and in 4K resolution. Samsung's also changing the way it captures images using parallel image processing rather than the usual sequential method. Apparently, this will improve image quality thanks to reduced latency and data loss, while simultaneously improving capture speeds by 2 times. These changes haven't been confirmed for the Galaxy S24 Ultra, but given the reliance on a 200MP lens and the AI engine in the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, it seems pretty likely. On the software side of things, you may be able to get to Instagram more quickly on the Galaxy S24 models. Code in the current version of Instagram hints at a shortcut that can be placed on the S24 lock screen so that you can get to Instagram's camera more quickly for capturing photos and video to the app. It's not going out on a limb to claim that whatever Qualcomm's top silicon is at this time next year, it will be in the Galaxy S24 Ultra. The Galaxy S23 lineup was entirely powered by Qualcomm chipsets after years of Samsung also including its own Exynos chips in some models. Samsung had been rumored to be sticking with the all-Qualcomm approach for next year's S24 phones, though some now argue that Samsung will return to using Exynos chips in some models of its next flagship. Leaked specs posted by Yogesh Brar also make that claim. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 introduced by Qualcomm in October will power the phones released in the US and South Korea, while the Exynos 2400 will power 24 Ultra models in other regions. While that would be worrisome in the past, Exynos chips haven't always performed as well as their Snapdragon counterparts. Samsung may be working to improve its silicon. Leaked Exynos 2400 benchmarks have that chip posting better multi-core results on Geekbench than we've seen from Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 and A16 Bionic devices, though they can't beat the newer A17 Pro or rumored Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip results. Samsung has, however, claimed that the chip's GPU will be able to beat out North American competitors, which would include Apple and Qualcomm. But until a device is released with an Exynos 2400 chipset, we won't be able to test those claims for ourselves. Alternatively, it could be that the Galaxy S24 Ultra uses a Snapdragon chip worldwide, while the basic S24 and S24 Plus chips will depend on where you buy the phone. Another report suggests that the Galaxy S24 Ultra will get an optimized version of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, as will the Galaxy S24 Plus. You may remember that the S23 lineup runs on a version of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 that's overclocked to maximize performance. Finally, you let us know any queries regarding this in comment section. Hope you liked and subscribed to this channel. I will see you in next one.